it's my Finnabair creative team video time, and today I thought to do something a tiny bit different. Once again, I thought that how would you call it actually? An intuitive mood board maybe would be just the thing. You probably do this all the time like I do. It's liberatingly light process when you don't have time or energy to create anything big or complex or challenging, but still want to do something. And actually, when you have not a single particle in your brain telling you where to go or what to do, I think that would be a perfect timing to welcome your intuition on board. And there's no right or wrong way of doing it, and this is just my way. Actually, I have to add that this is only one of my ways, because I am so not going to show you any of my doodles or my soft pastel or aquarelle splashes and so on. But what I mean is that you just can't go wrong with these mood boards. They are yours and yours only. Okay, so I have a book. You might remember from last month's video when I created this book of whispers, and I have made here. This is not my first book of this, but this is the first I'm going to show you. I have made the simplest of collages, background collages, on the page and painted them with colors that have felt right there and there. I have tried to let the colors talk, and I could add some embellishments later or some text, but I rather like it or like them as they are. They are kind of evocative maybe, or intuitive mood boards, and that's all they need to be. Here on the opposite page of each mood board, I have added notes which colors I did use in here, and I can consult later this book and see which colors go well together and have a particular effect I am after, and so on and so forth. It works perfectly fine for me, because when I do these kind of things, I have kind of lovely textures and contrasts, and I can go back and see how they work in there. You see, for example, here, it's not hard. It's go with the flow thingy. It's a little bit like playing with colors and letting them do the job and evoke your emotions. I often go back to my intuitive mood boards, and I think which kind of effects they have on me, which emotions and the colors represent me today, and what the finished pages brings into my mind on this particular day. And it's actually rather surprising how different emotions and thoughts a simple page can generate on the same person on different days. But then I think you already know, because art is an amazing thing. So what I have done here is that I have already primed the pages with white heavy gesso. So first I am going to create a very simple and light collage. I I don't want it to be heavy, just a textured background to give the paints more flexibility to do their magic. I am using soft matte gel and well, actually, what I'm going to do is to start with the tissue paper. This is just normal tissue, no face tissue kind of paper. I am going to use only one layer of it. And I am going to glue it in place. I rather like it how the old book gives a texture of its own to the page, and add something extra in contrast of a blank page. Although blank pages have their positive sides too. Okay, then some vintage paper, just to give a bit of something. Okay, and just a bit of used tea bag paper material, something, whatever. And I have two kinds of fabric in here. Really light cheesecloth and a bit heavier muslin. How do you pronounce it? And I think I am going to use both. Because if not now, when to play with textures. It's the textures and the reaction with the paints that are the main focus and main focal point of the whole thing. And it also maybe helps you to get the idea that you can use pretty much anything you want. Quick, or at least I try to be quick. Okay, like this. Okay, and now I think I can, or I could, finish here, but I want the text not to be so obviously visible in here. Okay, here we go. Put the soft matte gel away. There, and now the page needs to be dry. I always find these backgrounds to be so inspiring. My fingers itch for the next stage, because they are for me like a blank page to start adding some well, thoughts, feelings, emotions, messages, whatever you want to deliver with your art or work right then and there. Okay, I put this aside. And now, next, I am adding a stencil layer. So there's more for the colors to play, to leave a bit lighter and darker marks. And I am using, I think this is a iris tapestry stencil. It's my favorite. And then I'm using a modeling paste, my palette knife, and I am going to add just a tiny bit here and there, kind of a suggestion of a pattern instead of a whole pattern, something your eyes will drawn to when you look at the page. Nothing much, but still the effect is beautiful. And I'll put this away. And now heating again, it really needs to be completely dry. I have a container next to me filled with water, so I can just pop my stencil in there, and I don't have to worry if the paste will dry onto my stencil and stick there forever and after eternity while I am creating. So I do not recommend leaving your stencils unclean, but it might be advisable to clean them right away, so you could be absolutely certain you can use them later too. Because modeling paste, like I think all Finnabair pastes are water paste acrylic ones, but once they are dry, they are permanent. Okay, it needs to cool down a bit, but I am going to, as you can see here, this is some kind of zoological paper about, well, it's Italian, and my Italian are strictly kind of archaeologically emphasized skills, so I have no zoological Italian skills, sorry. Okay. Oh, and I can see that here I want to, okay, won't work. This one does. Personalnotizen. It's perfect for the page where there will be my personal color swatches. I'm adding a tiny bit of heavy gesso on top to kind of bind all the layers together a bit. And I want my brush to be relatively dry, so as not to hide everything, but more like a suggestion of a layer in here. Now, what we have here is a true blank page. I'm taking most of at this point. Okay. And now the background is, how to say, ready to take whatever I have in mind, although, what? I have no idea. But I'm feeling, how I'm feeling today. Purple. I'm feeling purple today. It's my favorite color. Or lavender, actually. Something in between. Something soft, something calming, something soothing, something whispering magic. Yes, definitely. Okay. So, impasto aubergine. Oops. And lavender. I haven't used it a while, it seems. And obvious choices for me: dark chocolate and pitch black. These are 4 kind of just in case colors for me. Ooh. Lucky you couldn't see that. I managed to land the lid on top of the black paint. And guess what I did when I tried to clean it? I landed my hand on top of gesso. So, the theme of today. Clumsy Emilia again. Here I come. Okay, and white, just in case. Just in case, and just a tiny bit. Okay. And I think I am going to move this one a bit closer so you can see a bit better what I'm going to do, although I have no idea. But okay, purple color. Did you know that purple color symbolizes magic and creativity and inspiration and art? It's my favorite color, as I said, in the whole wide world. So maybe no wonder. Okay. So first, before I am going to mess up with the colors too badly, I am making my color swatches. And when these are dry, I'm going to write the names of the colors below for my further reference. I love these colors, they are so... They play in my soul. They really know how to do that, these colors. And actually, it's these colors that most of my clothes are. And also the wallpaper in my study is purple in color. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to just start with something. I usually have my water bottle at hand, so I can, and a baby wipe, so I can start gently and add something. And these are so, could I say subtle colors? So somehow potent, strong, speaking volumes, even if there is only this much color in there. That I don't know, it doesn't necessarily need a lot more. Maybe just a hint of something, adding just a tiny bit of black and brown in there. To give a bit of contrast. I need something in here too, so that kind of line of your eyes follows the whole page. Oops, that wasn't intentional. Okay. Lavender field, possibly, maybe. And I forgot to add brown. And black. And I usually play with all the shades and tones, hues, whatever of the colors, but I rather like it as this gentle. I was so going to use liquid acrylics. I have done it with all my pages thus far, so maybe I need to do it now too, but I actually love how it works as it is Prussian blue and crimson. Again, first swatch, and now I am trying to okay, it's a bit bluish. So, one more try, or another try maybe. A tiny bit of burnt sienna. I already searched for it in my palette because it's the shade I use everywhere, so it wasn't there. Okay. It's looking like this at the moment, and I think that will be rather enough, almost. Oops, that was rather blue. Okay, I want to add a tiny hint of that lavender. On top, because that's how I feel today. I don't feel strong enough, maybe, or then I feel content and calm enough for not that much contrast. You can interpret it however you want, but I just want it to be calm. And again, I'm trying to get my brush a bit dry, and add a hint of white in there too. Well, that wasn't a hint, that was a splash of white, but it brings my mind that why not add more of it, and that's the fun part of this. You can play whichever you want. It's your board. And I'm going to leave it at that, because otherwise I will just get it muddy. Okay, and usually I also test, well, not in any particularly scientific test meaning, but just intuitively letting my feelings right now guide me, how other colors support the purple theme. Okay, deep black and warm brown, so it's perfect, and I just add hint of them in there. But is cold, not cold, gold perfect for purple? Yes, it is obviously gold and purple are perfect. And I'm going to use metallic flakes for this one. This is just charging for them here, and to get a straight line here. And while I'm waiting for them to sit, I want to add a few stamping images. I want this one. Okay. No, this one. This will break the strong vertical lines into horizontal lines when I do this a couple of times. I don't usually think that way. I don't think that, okay, there is too many lines this way, so let's break it and make it another way. It's more intuitive process, as you know. Of course, when you create, you don't think, you just feel and go with it. But it kind of needs more structured. Maybe it's because there isn't that many. Let's emphasize. One more. There. Okay. And now there's just so or white painting in my ink pad. Never do that. Okay. I try to avoid the getting glue parts, and try to just make sure that the whites are dry. Okay, I think the glue is now perfect. So, metallic flakes in gold. And here we go. I'm adding did I add something in there? No, I didn't. That's always the case with these flakes. I do not remember where I put the glue. Okay. Here it goes. And I'm just adding gold in there. With a hint. Today I want to think this. This is a lavender field in the golden sunset. Maybe that's the feeling right now, right on this day. Evokes me in me the fragrant beauty. And maybe another day it might feel something entirely different. Okay, I forgot the swatch. Okay, and it's not great art what I have done in here, nor was it my intention, as you know. My intention was to play with colors and encourage you maybe to do the same. But okay, now I want to just aubergine. Okay, not working. Lavender was the other one. Then it was Crimson. I haven't written down that this is impasto and this is liquid acrylic because I can see it from the texture. Prussian. Blue and pitch black and ancient coin. And that was it. My swatch page and the actual mood board. And then I can, later on, I can check that, okay, this page contains all these colors. Nice. Or then, okay, I want a bit warmer, so I leave this one out, for example, or anything really. And I can see that the cold works really nicely and gives a bit of a shining warmth to the otherwise maybe a bit cold colors. And even though I am sure this kind of creative process is something you already do, I hope I have inspired and encouraged you to test different colors and effects and think how you feel about them. And what do they do inside you? What different kind of textures and maybe patterns or even shapes, how they make you feel and so on. Maybe it's art therapy, one could say, or intuitive mood boards, or just simply it's go with the flow method. It's not a method, it's just pouring colors into paper, but I think sometimes that's just what we need. So I simply thank you for watching and wish you happy colored moments. See you again. Bye bye.